The Sangam age administration was the king was the center of administration. He was called Ko Mannan. Mannan ante king. Koravan, 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 Mannan and Vendan and Co. Vendan, Mannan, Koravan and Co was the names of the king. The court of the monarch. The court of the king was called as Avi. The court of the king was called as Avi, and higher officials and lower officials were called as Peruntaram and Siruntaram. The higher officials were called as Peruntaram. Lower officials were called as Siruntaram. The important officials were Amaichar, that is minister. Amaichar was the minister. Purohit and Duta. Duta was the envoy or ambassador. Duta and Senapatiyar was the commander in chief, and Vorar was the spies. was the spy. Amaichar was minister. Purohit is the same. Duta envoy. Senapatiyar commander, and Vorar was the spy. The kingdom was divided for the administrative purposes into mandalams. Mandalam and provinces, and Kottam Mandalam, which is a province, then Kottam, then Nadu, Ur ante town, then Perur Periya ఊరు అనేది పెరూర్ అని ఉంటుంది. పెరూర్ అంటే బిగ్ విలేజ్, అండ్ సిరూర్ ఈస్ అ స్మాల్ విలేజ్. ఊర్ అంటే టౌన్, పెరూర్ అంటే బిగ్ విలేజ్, సిరూర్ అంటే స్మాల్ విలేజ్, మండలం వాస్ అ ప్రావిన్స్, కొట్టం నాడు. So then Valanadu, a new unit was created by the later Cholas. It is an amalgamation of all the Nadus. Amalgamation of all the Nadus was called as Valanadu, which was created by the later Cholas. And Pattanam and Puhar were the coastal towns and harbour areas respectively. Pattinam was coastal towns. Pattanam was coastal towns, and Pattinam was coastal towns, and Puhar was the harbour areas. Then we go to the administration. It was a hereditary monarchy. And the minister, Amaichar, priest, Antanar, military commander, Senapati, envoys, Dutars, spies, Borat, they were the large body of officials who were to assist the king, and they were divided into 5 councils. Divide చేశారు, and it is a hereditary monarchy. Then king had to take the advice of the imperial court. The king had to take the advice of the imperial court. Each king, they maintained a regular army and their respective Kodimaram, and they maintained a regular army and their respective Kodimaram ante tulatory tree. Kodimaram was the tulatory tree, and the land revenue was the chief source of income for the state. The custom and duty was applied on the foreign trade. By customs duty was applied on the foreign trade. And the Pattinappalai, he refers to custom officials. Pattinappalai, like Jadam, he also mentions about the king on it. So that Pattinappalai refers to customs officials. And all the 3 Sangam states are coastal states, so they also had a very efficient navy also. They had a regular army and navy also. There was a regular tutelatory tree, Kodimaram, for the defense. And this respective standard army ki regular standard army and the respective Kodimaram, that is tutelatory tree, and who drill the army and all, I think. Now we go to the economy of the Sangam age. Agriculture was the chief occupation, and rice was the most important crop. The handicrafts included weaving, cotton undi kada, కాటన్ ఉంది కాబట్టి కాటన్ క్లాత్ and the muslins. The handicraft included weaving, metal works and shipbuilding and making of the ornaments of the stones, ivory and beads. Making of ornaments of the stones, precious stones, ivory the ornaments, and also with the beads and pearls and all. So handicrafts were weaving, shipbuilding, metallurgy, metal works, and making of the ornaments from these precious stones, ivory and beads. Then cotton and silk weaving was present at Urayur, which was important cotton center. Cotton and silk weaving was present at Urayur, Chola's capital, which was an important cotton center. So tax during the Sangam age was referred to as Tairave, Tai Tairave అనేవాళ్ళంట. During the Sangam age, construction of the embankments or the dams were taken by the state itself. Constructions of the embankments or the dams were taken by the state itself. And Adigaman, a local ruler, he started the cultivation of sugarcane. Adigaman, a local ruler of Chera dynasty. Adigaman of Chera dynasty was the local ruler who started the cultivation of sugarcane. Construction of dams and embankments on the river Krishna was done by Karikala. Okay, dam gutted aina. Then poem mentions cotton clothes as thin as cloud of steam or slough of snake. Anta pure cotton undedanta. A poem mentions that cotton clothes were as thin as the cloud of the steam or the slough of the snake. And Chera country was known for peppers, pepper trade, Yavanapriya for the pearls, and turmeric and jackfruit. Pearls, turmeric and jackfruit. The Chera country was known for. The Tamil kingdoms, this is from La Excellence, the Tamil kingdoms were divided into 5 regions, that is Panchatinai. Tamil kingdoms were divided into 5 kingdoms, that is Panchatinai. First one is Kurinji. It is the hilly region inhabited by Kuruvar and Bettar practicing the hunting and gathering. Hilly region was inhabited by Kuruvar and Bettar practicing the hunting and gathering. And Palai is the desert or arid region inhabited by Yeyinar and Maravar practicing the cattle rearing and robbing on the main routes, and stealing, robbing or theft on the main routes. Akkada thieves undevallu arid regions lo, and they were also doing cattle rearing. So it was the arid region was Palai. Kurinji was hilly region, Palai was the dry region, and Mullai it is a pastoral tract, inhabited pastoral tract or the agricultural area. No, it is the pastoral tract which is inhabited by Ayar and Idayar. Practicing the shifting agriculture and animal husbandry. Mullai it is a pastoral tract inhabited by Ayar and Idayar practicing the shifting agriculture and animal husbandry. Then Marutam was a wetland wherein the plough agriculture is practiced by Vellalar and Ulavar. Vellalar and Ulavars వచ్చి Vellalar వచ్చి rich agricultural lords and Ulavars వచ్చి somewhat small agricultural farmers అన్నమాట. So Marutam was the wetland and wherein plough agriculture is practiced by Vellalar and Ulavar. Then Nettai, it is a coastal region or inhabited by Paratwar and Valayar. It is inhabited by Palatwar and Valayar, and practicing fishing and salt extraction. Practicing the fishing and salt extraction in the coastal areas. Fishing or practice చేసేవాళ్ళు, salt extraction practice చేసేవాళ్ళు. So the above regions interacted among themselves through a barter system. అంతే కదా, ఒక చోట ఉన్నవి ఇంకో చోట లేవు కాబట్టి the above systems, the Panchatinai, they interacted with among themselves through a barter system which became the basis for the economic exchange during this period. The barter system became the basis for the exchange during this period, and though the state formation was in a rudimentary stage, there was a list of taxes that was collected from the people. List of taxes The Karai was the land tax. Irai was the war tribute paid by the feudatories. Karai was the land tax. Irai. Karai was land tax. Irai was the war tribute paid by the feudatories. Ulgu was ULGU. Ulgu was the customs duty, and Iravu was forced gift. Ulgu was the customs duty, and Iravu was a forced gift. Then Variyam was the basic unit of tax territory. Variyam was the basic unit of tax territory, and Variyar was the tax collector. Variyam was the basic unit of the tax territory. Variyar was the tax collector. Both internal and external trade flourished. Then Deep South had trade relations with Rome. Deep South, they had trade relations with Rome, and internal trade, they had both internal and external trade. Internal trade was basically barter. Then paddy constituted most commonly accepted medium of exchange in the rural areas. So paddy constituted most commonly accepted medium of exchange in the rural areas. Salt was also sold. Salt was sold for paddy. నేను నీకు సాల్ట్ ఇస్తే నువ్వు నాకు ప్యాడీ ఇస్తావంట. సో దేర్ వర్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్డ్ మార్కెట్స్ ఫార్ ద ట్రేడ్ కాల్డ్ అంగడి ఇన్ ద బిగ్గర్ టౌన్స్. అంగళ్ళు అని అక్కడి నుంచే వచ్చినట్టుంది. అంగడికి వెళ్దాము. సో దేర్ వర్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్డ్ మార్కెట్స్ ఇన్ ద బిగ్గర్ టౌన్స్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ అంగడి. Then merchants carried goods on carts or animal bags from place to place. Either they carried goods on carts or animal bag from place to place. Then Saliyur in Pandyan country and Bandar in Chera country are considered important ports in the Sangam literature. The important ports of this period are actually ఏవి ఇచ్చారంటే పుహార్, కావేరి పట్టినం, both are the same. Then Arikamedu and Korkai or Karkai were on the east coast, and Musiri and Tondi on the west coast. Same Puhar, Kaveri Pattinam, Arikamedu, Korkai or Karkai were on the important ports on the eastern coast. On western coast it was Musiris and Tondi on the western coast. So but in Sangama literature lo mention చేసిన ఇంపార్టెంట్ పోర్ట్స్ వచ్చి Saliyur, SALSAUYUR, Saliyur in the Pandyan country, that is on the western coast, and Bandar in the Chera country. Bandar in the Chera country are considered to be important ports in the Sangam literature. Then other important parts of commercial activity were Tondi, Musiri, Sarikamedu and Korkai or Karkai. Author of Periplus mentioned about the trade between India and Rome. The Periplus of Erythraean Sea was it is mentioned about the trade between India and Rome. సో ఇప్పుడు పెరిప్లస్ ఆఫ్ ఎరిథ్రియన్ సీలో ఇండియన్ అండ్ రోమ్ మధ్యలో ట్రేడ్ గురించి ఏం చెప్పారో చూద్దాం. సో హీ మెన్షన్స్ ద పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ నౌరా. పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ నౌరా అంటే Cananore, Muziris and Musiris, that is on the western coast. He mentions about Cananore and Musiris in the Chera on the west coast, that is Chera kingdom. He also mentions that a great quantity of muslin was made in Andhra. So he also mentions in Periplus of Erythraean Sea, the author mentions that a great quantity of muslins were made in Andhra, and plenty of gold and silver coins were issued by the Roman kings, and these coins are found in all parts of Tamil Nadu. Roman kings యొక్క gold and silver coins are very plentifully found in Tamil Nadu అని చెప్పి they are found in all parts of Tamil Nadu అని చెప్పి it's written. Then trader guilds. The trader guilds during the Sangam period were referred to as Vanik Dhatru. The trader guilds during the Sangam period were referred to as Vanik Dhatru అని చెప్పే trader guilds. Then India also had trade with Greeks also. Then the main items of exports were cotton fabrics, spices, ivory, then pearls, ivory products, cotton fabrics, దెన్ ఇంకా ఏమేమి ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేసేవాళ్ళంటే బ్లాక్ పెప్పర్ విచ్ ఇస్ నోన్ యాజ్ యవన ప్రియ బై ద గ్రీక్స్ అండ్ cotton fabrics, spices, ivory products, and pearls. Main items of imports were gold, horses, and sweet wine. Main items of import were the gold, horses, and the sweet wine. Then Tamila Mandalam, it acted as an intermediary zone for the silk trade of China due to closure of Silk Route by Kushanas. ఆ సెంట్రల్ ఇండియాలో కుషనాస్ వచ్చి ఆ ట్రేడ్ రూట్ క్లోజ్ చేశారు కాబట్టి దిస్ చైనా నుంచి ద సిల్క్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ చైనా ఉండేది కదా. సో సిల్క్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ చైనా వాస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ త్రూ తమిళ మండలం. ఓకే, then Tamila Mandalam acted as an intermediary zone for silk trade of China due to the closure of Silk Route by Kushanas. And addition to this, the discovery of monsoons by Hippolos also acted as a catalyst for trade in this region. మాన్సూన్స్కి ట్రేడ్కి ఏం సంబంధం? మాన్సూన్స్ డిస్కవరీ ఆఫ్ మాన్సూన్స్ వల్ల ఏం జరుగుతుంది, ఏ టైంలో ట్రేడ్ విన్స్ ఏ పక్కకి వీస్తాయో తెలుస్తుంది. సో దానివల్ల వాళ్ళు నావిగేషన్ అనేది వాళ్ళకి ఈజీగా వచ్చేస్తారు, పెద్ద ఎక్కువ ఫ్యూయల్ ఖర్చు లేకుండా. సో ద డిస్కవరీ ఆఫ్ మాన్సూన్స్ బై Hippolyus discovery of monsoon by Hippolyus acted as a catalyst for trade in this region. So that is about Tamila Mandalam acting as an intermediary zone for silk trade from China. Now about Sangam Age society. The period saw emergence of a cultural unit called Tamilakam. Emergence of cultural unit called Tamilakam. Tamizhakam. It saw the rise of a cultural unit called Tamilakam. Then class differences. The class differences were distinct. It was clearly there. The Arasar was the ruling class and Kadayasar. Arasar was the ruling class. Kadayasar was the members of lower class. Arasar ruling class. Arasar Kadasiyar. Arasar Kadasiyar where upper class and lower class class differences were distinct. Arasar Kadasiyar were the upper class and lower class. Then Vellalas were rich peasants. They became a dominated group, especially in the Marutam region. That's what I said in that. Vellalas, they became rich peasants. They became a dominated group in the Marutam region. Then hero worship entered into the Tamil landscape. This is reflected in the Virarkal hero stones. Hero worship entered into the Tamil landscape. This is reflected in the Virarkal hero stones. Heroes ki విగ్రహాలు పెట్టించడమేమో హీరో వర్షిప్. సో ఆ హీరోస్ అందరికీ స్టోన్స్ పెట్టించడం, హీరో స్టోన్స్, హీరో వర్షిప్, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ అస్ విరర్కల్. దెన్ సంగం సొసైటీలో ఏమంటే కురింజి వాస్ అసోసియేటెడ్ విత్ మౌంటైన్స్ చీఫ్ ఆక్యుపేషన్ ఆఫ్ అసోసియేటెడ్ పీపుల్ వాస్ హంటింగ్ అండ్ హనీ కల్టివేషన్. Kurinji was associated with mountains and chief occupation of associated people was hunting and honey collection. Hunting, gathering honey collection, forest produce. The chief deity was Sangam people were Murugan. Then Mullai was associated with the forest chief Mullai was associated with forest, and the chief occupation of the forest associated people was cattle, that is eating, rearing the cattle, and then the animal husbandry, dairy products. నాకు అదే కదా చదివాం. కురింజి associated with the mountains, chief occupation was hunting and gathering అన్నాం. So Mullai was associated with forest, chief occupation was rearing the cattle and then animal husbandry, dairy products. Then chief deity of this mountainous people was Murugan. Chief deity of this forest Mullai people was Vishnu, Mayon or Vishnu. Then Marutam is associated with agricultural land. Agricultural land, and chief occupation was agriculture. Their chief deity was Indra. chief agriculture, and their chief deity was Indra. First time Murugan, second time Vishnu, then Indra. Hills Murugan, forest Vishnu, then agricultural Indra. Then Neidal was associated with coastal area. Their chief occupation of the associated people was fishing and the making of the salt, manufacturing of the salt, and their chief deity coastal regions kabatti Varuna Devudu. Then Palai was in the same desert area, and the people mostly they resorted to robbery. Their chief deity was Korravai anta వాళ్ళ chief deity ఏదో. And Tolkappiyam it mentions about the four castes. There was class difference అన్నమా. Tolkappiyam mentions about the four castes, that is Arasar ruling class, Amtanar వచ్చి ఇందాక పురోహిత్ అని చెప్పినారు. He plays a significant role in the polity. Amtanar, Arasar ruling class. Vanigars was the trade, religion, commerce. Vanigars were the Vaishyas type, trade and commerce and religion. Then Vellalars were the rich agriculturists, Vellalars and Ullarar. Then ancient tribes like Panar, Ailinar, Maravar, Kadambam, Sunyar, Todas and Vedas lived during the Sangam period. And Kartikeya married Valli by love, Valli. Kartikeya married Valli by love and later on married Devyani, who is daughter of Indra. She is also called as Devasena. Then the religion of Sangamesh, the chief deity was Sion or Murugan. The chief deity was Murugan. Murugan was honored with 6 abodes known as Aruppadai Veedu. Murugan is also called as Vadivela. Murugan was honored with 6 abodes Shanmukana known as Aruppadai Veedu. And Murugan is also called as Vadivela. Then other gods the worshipped were Vishnu, Indra and Varuna. Then hero statue or Nadukal worship was significant in Sangama period and was erected in the memory of the hero stone was erected in the memory of the bravery shown by the warrior in the battle. The Nadukal, Nadu అంటే అక్కడ నాడు అంటే చోళనాడు ఆ టైప్ నాడు కల్ ఆర్ వీరర్ కల్ ఓకే నాడు కల్ ఆర్ వీరర్ కల్. వీరర్ అంటే హీరో, కల్ అంటే స్టోన్, హీరో స్టోన్, వీరర్ కల్ ఆర్ నాడు అంటే వాళ్ళ స్టేట్, కల్ అంటే స్టోన్. సో హీరో వర్షిప్ was also very important. So they erected the stones in the memory of the bravery shown by the people in battle. Then Murugan Uppadai was written by Nakkirar, which specifies about Murugan. The story of Lord Murugan is described as Skanda Purana. The story of Lord Murugan is described in Skanda Purana. It is described in Skanda Purana. Tirumurugan Uppadai was written by Nakkirar. It specifies about Murugan. Then according to the legends in the olden days, the demon Surya Parman. The demon was Surya Parman. He tortured the Devas, Devullanu and Devarshis. He tortured Devas and Devarshis. And Kartikeya, in the end he killed the Surya Parman అనే the demon ని చంపేశాడు, రాక్షసుని. సూర్య పర్మన్ అనే రాక్షసుని చంపేశాడు Kartikeya Murugan. Then Murugan is depicted as a god of love and war. He is depicted as a god of love and war. Then ruler of Nediyan of Pandyans. He started the sea worship and also he brought river Pahruli into existence. Ruler Nediyan, he started the sea worship and he brought river Pahruli into existence. Then position of women. So many women poets like Avayyar, Nachelliyar, Avayyar. Many women poets like Avayyar, Nachelliyar. ఈ అవ్వయ్యారే అడే ఒక చీఫ్టెన్ అడిగమన్ వాళ్ళ కోర్ట్లో ఉండింది. దిస్ పోయట్ లైక్ ద విమెన్ పోయిట్స్ లైక్ Avayyar, అవ్వ అంటే గుర్తుంటుంది కదా, అవ్వయ్యార్ అండ్ నచ్చెలియార్ flourished during this period. The courage of women was appreciated. And karpu or the chaste life was considered the highest virtue of women. The karpu or the chaste life was considered the highest virtue of women. Love marriages was very much common practice, and women were allowed to choose their life partners. Life of widows was very miserable. Then class of dancer, ఒక different classes start అయింది. dancers, it was patronized by the kings and nobles. The class of dancers it was patronized by kings and the nobles. The dancers were called as panar. దీంతో వస్తుంది కదా శిలప్పడికరంలో మాధవి, షీ వాస్ a court dancer. So like that the dancers were called as panar and musicians were called as vidailiars. The musicians were called as vidailiars. And practice of sati also was prevalent in the highest strata of the society. Just like in Guptas, sati was prevalent, widow's life was miserable, women were allowed to choose their partners, love marriages was common practice, karpu or chaste life was considered highest virtue of the women, practice of sati was there prevalent. So panars ante dancers, vidailiars ante musicians. Then comes the food and dress of the Sangam age. So food and dress, so dressing style of Sangam age, that is appam. ఇప్పటికి కూడా కేరళలో చేస్తాం కదా అప్పం, రైస్ అండ్ రైస్ కేక్ soaked in milk. appam అంటే రైస్ కేక్ which is soaked in milk. Appam was a very famous food, and flesh of tortoise also was eaten. Then they ate fish, cooked fish. Then the dresses they used were 2 pieces of cloth. ఒకటి ధోతిలా కట్టుకునే వాళ్ళు, ఒకటి పైపంచ చేసుకునే వాళ్ళు. బోత్ men and women wore 2 pieces of cloth. Then children basically wore necklaces of tiger teeth. బాగా సరే పులిగోర్లని వేసుకునేవాళ్ళు, టైగర్ టీత్ కదా అది పులిగోర్లు. చిల్డ్రన్ బేసిక్లీ వోర్ నెక్లెసెస్ ఆఫ్ టైగర్ టీత్ నెయిల్స్. Then fine arts and music. Then we come to fine arts and music of Sangam age, that is poetry, music, writing the poetry Sangam age, music, vidailairas, and dancing was very much popular among the people of Sangam. Then royal courts were crowded with singing poets. Bards and poets called panar and vidailairas. Royal courts, it was crowded with the poets and singing bards called musicians and panars and vidailairas, and variety of yanis and yahis and drums. Variety of drums were referred in the Sangam literature. Then the dancing was performed by Kanigayyar. Kuttu was most popular entertainment of people. Kuttu was the most popular entertainment of the people. Kanigayyar was the dancing was performed by Kanigayyar. Then Tolkapiyam. Tirukural is called as Panchama Veda, and Tolkapiyam is called as Lagu Veda. Lagu ante small Veda అని అర్థం. The Tolkapiyam is called as Lagu Veda. And Manigramam was it is a corporations of merchants of South India. Manigramam it is a corporations of merchants of South India. Then Vengi river was the lifeline of Vaigai was a lifeline of the river. Vaigai was on the banks of river Madurai, was lifeline of Pandyan state, and Tondi and Musri was important ports. According to Sangam texts, the term Konko Mannan were attributed to king. The sage Agastya is said to have Aryanized South India. Sage Agastya Aryanized South India, and Meenakshi temple is located at Madurai.